Hello everybody, today trade cap for January 7th, 2026, and today I took one trade on PLTR for around 30% win, so a really nice day today, right? And we have no green days the entire month for now, so really good performance by me, right? Today it was a little bit of a trickier day, right? I would say today was the hardest day for sure this week, and why? It's just because let me close my OBS real quick and open trading view. There we go. So I just want to preface is that like today, right, was a little bit harder, but why? It's because on QQQ and SPY, right, we are at all-time highs level, so I was expecting us to chop around, and that's what exactly we did, right? We just kind of chopped around high of day, but what does that like help us if we're chopping on high day on QQ and SPY, right? I want to see what tech name is strong and showing relative strength, right? And what I saw on Palantir, we're kind of slow grinding up to our pre-market high and had a strong breakout pre-market high. So I was interested in this name, right? Knowing that if we broke pre-market high and our previous high level, right, with strong price action, that I can enter calls, right, stop loss below, right? If I want to have a tight stop loss below, right, our previous high, right? Or if I have like a bigger stop loss, I can have it below this order block plus pre-market high, right? Or coupled with this 180 key level. So there's a lot of confluence right here. You can technically mark out this entire area you want to hold. And look, see how we come back in this area? Let me extend this a little bit down. Right, come back down in this area, right? Because this order block is also kind of encompassing. See how we kind of like bounce over here? Of course, VWAP is right here, so you can say we bounce off VWAP, but we're bouncing off that zone, right? Coupled with 180, previously high, pre-mark high. So, this is a very high probability area for us, for buyers to step in and change the momentum. So that's just kind of, I'm just showing you guys like what like a high probability area of buyers and sellers look like, So yeah, no, market's still open. I'm gonna make these kind of early. Oh, why is the I made kind of early, like I just woke up, I look like shit. And so let's get into the video. Right? So today, right, I took Palantir calls. Why? Because I wait first time I saw market open, and first time I could market open, let me just open this up right here. So Palantir, and we just were really doing nothing, right? Like as I said earlier, we just we're at all-time highs on SPY. So I expect us to either like have an insane push or chop around for the day, right? And that's exactly what we did. We did have red folder news at 9 o'clock, so I'll kind of talk about this, but this trade was looking really good, right? And I kind of lost money on this trade, not because like I lost money, but because I lost money on the table. And so I took my entry, actually not here, right? I took my entry over here. Why is it over here? Simply just because that's when like I kind of typed in Discord and didn't want to like, I didn't want people just be like, what, you alert, you bought it here, and then we already had, I bought it right above this previous day close drive, but we had such a big pop, and I'm busy focusing on my execution and stuff. So this is another entry right here, right off this fair value gap bound. So pretty much very similar entry, very similar price. So I just put it over here, right? But my initial entry is actually over here, right off this close of the previous day high. So it should be over here. And what did I see here, right? So we just have bullish price action above our previous high now, right? Strong candle closure. Well, QQ and SPY kind of chop around high of day, right? Look, we're literally just chopping around, right? QQ is actually at low of day, while Palantir is making a high of day, right? So this is the only name that was looking kind of decent besides Amazon, Google, right? But I could just not find entry on Amazon, and I even called it Amazon in Discord, right? Like Amazon Watch, but we just had no entry, right? You said to be very aggressive on this name to get an entry, right? You could have taken an entry like above like our 5 minute range high, above our breaking us order block, plus 5 minute range high, plus 5 minute range high, right? That's a little bit more high confluence. This is a look at strategy. I'm not gonna lie. I'll talk about that later, right? This is a strategy. It's not a strategy like I have in paper, but it's something I know in mind, right? Because I can have the order block coupled with the 5 minute range high, and but right, no entry from me on Amazon and Google, right? I saw Google, but I just don't play Google, right? So I don't like give a shit that much, unless like every name is just trash. And Google's the only name that's like showing momentum, right? But yeah, no, Meta's getting absolutely railed. Holy shit! Imagine anyone can make money off this. Like, look, we break low of day, we retest low of day slash our pre-market low level, and just dump. Like, what is this? Like, literally $10 drop. That's easily like 90. No, that's more than that's probably 100 plus percent. It depends on the contract you buy, right? But that's such a crazy move. It's probably zero drawdown too. I don't even have Meta on my watch list, right? Because I have Palantir instead, which I did. I take a trade on Palantir, so I guess it worked out. I guess instead of missing Meta, I got Palantir instead. So, but yeah, so I entered right, entered off this candle closure of this previously high with strong price action, right? Stop loss would actually be below our previously high, right? Because I would have this fair value gap as kind of support. I really just want to see us work right away, right? I want to see his momentum that we had from the previous candle, which we kind of did. We had a nice candle closure, and we had a nice close above this red order block right here, and so then that kept us the moment that like had us momentum, this momentum carry, right? So at the peak, right over here, contracts were at what 33%, 34%. But unfortunately, right, I wanted us to hit TP1, right? TP1 this was this 181 80 level, and we just never hit TP1. And I'm gonna for sure just blame news, right? The setup looked pretty perfect. It, from like A plus, we had a nice move too, and we just had that news, right? 9 o'clock news, and if you look on Spy and QQQ, we just got absolutely railed, and nothing you can really do about that, right? When you have news in mind, you have to. I knew there's news in mind, right? I even said earlier in Discord that there's going to be news, and we just had them. We had an aggressive move down, which is good because I had time to see if we would bounce off of this fair value gap or this fair value gap right here or this order block, right? But after we close above this order block, I stopped them in a position, and I don't know. And unfortunately, right, the reason why I said earlier that I left money on the table is because I actually took off half off this I think high day pop right here. I took off half, which I bought 30 contracts, so I took half off, right? And I kept my other half, and I didn't take any scales over here, which is a mistake, right? I didn't take any scales at this high at 30%. I wanted to see us at least hit this level, right? But we didn't. So like I still make mistakes. I don't even know if this is in the way, right? So instead of like taking another like 5, 10 off, like 5 off or anything off, I would have probably been above $1,000 day, right? But I didn't. So I took the other half off, right? Other 15 off near stop loss, right? Of course, I still closed this trade. The rest of the trailers off green, right? Because I knew the QQ spy were absolutely dumping. We broke all our support, so I knew the probability of us reversing at this area is very very low, right? So I'm just gonna get the trade because I'm a scalper. I'm not looking to hold this name and like I'm in and out of trades very very quickly, right? Either the momentum is there in the trade or I'm wrong and I get out. It's pretty simple, right? And you just want to enter an A plus step, so you at least have like some some consistency. And so yeah, I think that's a trade recap for today, right? Like nothing too crazy, right? Today was a little bit trickier as I said earlier, and why is because like we weren't really doing anything on tech as much, right? We are just like kind of chopping around. Like had a fake breakout on Tesla. I was watching this, but there's no like continuation, no like actually, yeah. So I actually was initially looking at Tesla, right? I saw that we kind of broke above our pre-market high plus this 437. I wanted to kind of retest it and make a new high day, and I would enter it off there. But we just had nothing, right? We just came back down, and I also was looking at QQ Spy being very very weak, so I was kind of hesitant on his name, right? And and thank God I didn't take a trade, right? Because I could just wait for more information, right? See what other names are like holding market structure and look at then PLTR. Look at this. We literally just bounced off. I don't even know this level is for a low day pre-market low, right? We literally bounced off pre-market low, consolidated an upwards wedge, and just had a nice pop, right? So just the market structure wise for that intraday just looked really really good, right? And also, I know that because we're breaking above our previous high, right? It looking decently on the higher time frame too. If I go on the higher time frame, right, 1 hour, right, it looks pretty good, right? It's a breakout of like on the hourly time frame too, so it looks good, right? Why do I know? Because we're breaking above our previous high, right? So I know on the hourly time frame that we're going to be above our previous high. So, and when we're above our previous high in the first hour, right, that means we're um like if we're above our previous high in the first hour of market open, which I trade, right, then that looks really really bullish, right? Look at that. That looks very very bullish, right, for continuation. That's why I had my TP at this area, but we never got it because of news. So it is what it is. And I mean, this trade today was like nothing too crazy, right? I feel like it was just based pretty much off price action and just knowing that we're bullish on PLTR, right? After just not taking a trade, I knew my risk, I knew my reward, right? And these contracts actually moved really, really nicely. So I actually don't trade PLTR often. So I guess a dollar and 20 30 cents move was a 35% move. And if we did go above our previous high and didn't like absolutely shit the bed, then this name looked really, really good for the upside. So yeah, no, I'm actually pretty impressed that this move was actually a 35% move, pretty very, very quickly as well, right? So that's a trade recap for today, guys. And if you have any questions, just join Discord down below and just type in the chat any questions, right? I will answer all the normal questions I see. And yeah, so this is where is it? Right, this is no red days for the month, right? So just been very very consistent. This month isn't this I mean this month is really good, but this trade wasn't as good, right? Why? Because I said earlier, right? I kind of didn't take any partials at that high of day level, right? Because I wanted to see it say TP1, and that is something I don't even know why. Like I don't even know why I did that. Like usually I would take some trims off, right? I was really confident that we would hit TP1 on Palantir. I was really confident, and sometimes being too confident is not good. You always get humbled in the market eventually, right? So yeah, unfortunately, it probably would have been like a 1.5, 1.4K day. But yeah, um, I'm just gonna talk about something else. I'm planning on sizing up. I'm gonna see how I do for this month, right? Usually I'm taking 30 to 50 contracts, but depending how this month closes, right? I might actually increase my size up to 50 to 75 contracts, depending on the contract size, right? Because just cause, right? I think it might be time for me to size up. I think I've been pretty consistent these past like 6 7 months, like, and so, but I don't even know I'm talking about this. I'm just looking at my this data, right? My win rate is pretty high now, right? Like, I think it was in October. I think October I had like an 80 something 85% win rate plus, and I was traveling too during October, so I was just my win rate was absolutely insane. I was seeing some banger fucking trades too, so. So yeah, I'm just looking at the market right now. The market's still open. I'm still kind of interested, not to take a trade, but like just because like I like looking at the candles moving. Like this is my fucking passion. So yeah, no one should be taking a trade now. It's 9:30, right? Which is 10:30 Central. I mean, 10:30 Eastern time, right? Look at the momentum slowing down. No momentum, right? Names are just chopping around. Look at Tesla is chopping around. Trash price action. Nvidia is kind of like does look kind of good. We kind of hold market structure, but it's just small candles that you don't want to like trace at all, because if it does come in drawdown, then the theta is gonna like decay you wall like you're in drawdown, hoping that it bounces off your level. It's not really worth it. Like, and it's also low probability. So yeah, that's the trader cap for today. If you guys have any questions down below, just comment, and please like and subscribe. Right, I think we hit 100 subscribers, 110. So growing. I'll take it. And I don't know why there's not a lot of big like options people like making trader caps and like doing what I'm kind of trying to do. Um, I mean, I guess I know why, right? Because like majority of people I know, the reason why I start social media, right? Because like my mentors, right? When I fucking like know that successful did it, so I'm just doing it, right? It's just like that. I'm telling you, if I social media exists, I'm not doing this. If I didn't learn from people that like had their own group, had like did I wouldn't done my own thing, right? And so yeah, that was trade cap, guys, and peace. Bye bye.